Hi and welcome along to the AFTV Tactical Insight Show, of course, with my man Graham, and we are here to look at the game. Manchester United won, Arsenal won.
Awake again.
Awake again. Did we let him off the hook?
Chance missed.
First
First of all, I want to dig you out.
Dig me out?
Yeah, I'll dig you out, mate.
What do I do now?
I came home from work last night.
Yeah.
I was working late last night, so I was cooking myself something to eat about midnight, and I was going to sit down and watch the game late.
Shouldn't eat that late.
I have to, yeah, as I work. So I put the AFTV interviews on while I was cooking, and then I was going to watch the match afterwards. And first interview I put on, I forget the interview, you turned into Ty.
Oh, about the rain.
You said...
No,
Robbie.
listen. No, I wasn't. No, I didn't turn into Ty because I wasn't using the rain as an excuse for our result. I was using the rain as an excuse for why it was such a poor game, because literally all the way up there it poured down with rain, torrential rain all day, and even during the game from the start to finish, torrential rain. And I do think that has an effect. It's different when you're playing a game and it starts raining.
Yeah.
But you imagine, right, even when we used to play, I know they're professionals and that, but you don't want to go out and play football in driving rain. That does have an effect, doesn't it? Has an effect with your passing and stuff. You don't think so?
You don't think that they play on carpets now? It's not like it's not like 20 years ago when they played on mud.
I'm not talking about mud baths and stuff like that. I'm talking about just in general. If you're playing football and it's driving rain, it will have a bit of effect on your passing, and if it's all game, the whole game is just, I don't know.
Occasionally, Robbie, but if you're telling me if Man City and Liverpool had been playing that game last night, there'd been a lack of quality.
No.
Right,
all right, okay, all right, you got me, Graham.
So you were Ty.
No, Ty blamed the result on it. Right.
I think the reason for it's just two mediocre teams. It shows you how far the Man United Arsenal fixture has changed from the days between 1995 and 2004.
The fact it's on a Monday night.
Yeah.
When there's European games on this week.
Yeah.
So, once upon a time we wouldn't have been able to play that game because we both have Champions League games, but we're both in the Europa League. So.
But do you remember the intensity and the quality in the games between 1995 and 2004? In those 9 years, Man U won 6 Premier Leagues, Arsenal won 3 Premier Leagues. This was the game that often defined who won the Premier League.
Yeah, that game now is Liverpool City, isn't it?
Yeah, and these two teams went into the game mid-table teams. And the performances of both teams on the night were of mid-table teams. We have to say that. And I just think it was a really poor game. I came in late last night.
Yeah, it was.
I knew it had been a poor game because I've been following it at work on my phone. And when I watched it back, no shot at goal for the first 20-odd minutes. And I think I analysed the Arsenal performance, Robbie, and I think at the moment we are away from home a team lacking confidence, identity, a structure. After the Watford game, I think he sacrificed creative control because he was worried about defensive discipline. And the result was the team he set up was a 4-3-3 formation against Man United's 4-2-3-1. He was worried about Man United on the counter-attack, right? And he set us up with 3 midfielders, Guendouzi and Xhaka and Torreira, who he played forward. And I know Mo and DT touched on it in the interviews last night. He played as a number 10 to try and win the ball high up the pitch. And it's almost like he's turning us into a transition team. But if he's going to play 4-3-3, he's got to change the profile of the players we've got in midfield. Those players we've got in midfield are players who are very good on the ball, not so good off the ball. They all want the ball. They can all pass, but we lack intensity of the ball.
Torreira can do that, don't he?
He's up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is he playing up there? Torreira is good off the ball. Torreira is good at ratting around players, winning the ball, winning tackles, but what's he doing all the way up there? Why don't we play Ceballos up there? Why don't we play Willock up there? You know what I mean? Even Ozil, I don't know what's happened to Ozil. I don't know, has he been now? But, we could have, there's 3 players I've just named there that could create a bit of create. I mean, if you played Willett there, it's more of a sort of like Ramsey type situation, box to box type guy thing.
You go both ways,
but if you play Ceballos and you play Ozil there, you've got your creativity. Why are we not playing these guys?
Only Emery knows. I think.
I think he's like you said. He's after the Watford game.
He's frightened of losing, and I think he doesn't trust us defensively. We've said that before, and he sets us up not to lose the game. So we, in the first half of games at the moment, are very passive. We don't. We literally just sit and don't want to. Almost like we don't want to give up the first goal. It's almost like we're too frightened. The players play with the handbrake on. They're too frightened to. He doesn't release the handbrake so they can express themselves, but he sets them up in a formation where there's no partnerships in the team, and it's affecting players in the team. It's affecting Pepe. It's affecting. I think it's affecting Torreira, for example. Torreira's been, and I think he's trying to make a statement here. Number 6 and number 10 for me is our Achilles heel in the Arsenal. I think he's making a statement to the board. He didn't get the number 6 he wanted when he first came to Arsenal. He didn't get the number 10 he wanted when he first came to Arsenal. So what he's doing is he's played Ramsey, he's played Ozil, he's played Willett, he's played Torreira at number 10. He doesn't seem to want to play Torreira at number 6. Now, I can't understand that, Robbie. I don't know why. Have you got a theory on it, why he doesn't play Torreira?
I don't know. I really don't know. That's his best position.
Do you know the players I think he wanted? I think he wanted Nzonzi as his number 6, who he knew from his Seville days. And I think he wanted Banega.
He wanted Banega, yeah.
He wanted Banega. He didn't get those players.
You've got quality players,
He doesn't rate Torreira as a number 6, because otherwise, why does he not play there?
I don't know.
The football's all about building partnerships across the pitch. This team does not build partnerships. It's very disjointed, in possession and out of possession. And I think he doesn't set these players up in positions where they can succeed. That's what when I watch it, I just think we look so mediocre at the moment, and I hate to say that because I want us to be successful, and I want Emery to succeed, and I'm not gonna sort of like. I don't want him to go. I want him to make to sort of turn us into the team that I think we should be, and so. The trouble is, the moment, if you make an opinion on anything, on Ozil, on Emery and anything, it's almost like you're Ozil out, you're Emery out, you're not. I'm just literally talking about what I see. So I think...
You know what, before you do that, I'm going to get a chair. Because you know what, right, I've been suffering, right, from a bad back, and now he's gone down into my leg, and I'm standing up there and I'm rocking around and I'm rocking around. I need to get a chair. It's called old man syndrome, right? So keep going, Graham.
Yeah, right. So... on the board today, what I've done is I've set us up. Obviously, you noticed Man United in their 4-2-3-1 shape.
All right. The chair.
You've got to remember, we had a great opportunity. How's that feeling?
Better.
You're even less passive now than us. So, if you look at Man United's formation, I'm sorry for the way it's all done like this today, because normally I set us up in the formation, but I'll explain why I've done this, right? I've set the Arsenal players up, the average heat map positions when we were attacking in this formation, just to try and explain something to you. First of all, I'll talk about the Man United formation, 4-2-3-1. We know how they play. Young, who has been playing left back, moved to the right back. He's the captain. And I thought we had a great opportunity with a young centre back moving to left back last night, and Young on the right side, for us to sort of maybe like put pressure on them. Sort of play. You know, you said in your interview, I watched it in your preview. You said we need to play on the front foot, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I think we needed to. If we'd done that, we would have pushed these players back and given them problems. But we didn't do that. They had Young at right back, Lindelof and Maguire in the middle, and the young left back, who I thought is a good player actually.
He played well, actually.
He played well,
yeah, he did.
So we played our 3 up. Saka, and I thought Saka was our best player on the night.
Played very well.
He had 2 shots, 1 on target, 2 key passes and assists, 5 tackles. 87% passing accuracy.
Okay, that was
and
good.
he assisted for the goal. I think he was excellent last night.
18.
He outplayed Pepe last night.
Yeah, I thought Pepe was poor.
But I think Pepe is a player lacking confidence. I was talking to Kevin Campbell when I came in today, and Kevin was talking about the weight of expectations when you join Arsenal. It's sort of, you come in, you don't realise the pressure on you. And of course, he's carrying that £72 million price tag.
And he's not had, I keep reminding people of this, he's not had a pre-season.
Yeah.
He came straight from the African Cup of Nations, went back to Lille. We bought him that same week. So he didn't have a pre-season with Lille. He didn't have a pre-season with Arsenal. And pre-seasons, as every single footballer will tell you, are very important to get yourself up to speed. So he's still learning on the job at the moment.
But
we're not.
We're not playing to his strengths, Robbie.
No.
And that's the problem with this formation. That's what I was going to say. When he plays a 4-3-3, he plays 3 defensively minded midfielders. Torreira is playing as a trigger press, like to try and win the ball high up, but he can't. You know, he had one awful attempt at goal, a shot last night when he came across to him.
He should have done better.
But he can't, that's not his position. And he's frequently up here, right, trying to win the ball high up. But he doesn't offer us. He doesn't offer us as much there as what he would do if he was back there. No. So I think
for years we've been after a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
Now we got one. We're playing him as an attacking player.
Yeah. This doesn't make sense, does it? So for me, I would play Torreira next to either Xhaka or Ceballos, who could maybe create from deep, or even Guendouzi in as a pivot, a double pivot to protect the centre halves. That would that would be like a combination. I think you have to build partnerships across the pitch. That would be a partnership in front of the back four. And also the right back would be a partnership with Pepe on the right side, and your left back would be a partnership with Saka on the left side. So you want to work in the partnerships, but what you need also, you need someone between the lines to create. And when you don't have that, that affects him. Now, when he played for Lille last year, I noticed a lot of the time, they played it out to him. He was interplaying with a playmaker in the middle, and he would spin the ball off into the centre and then go for a 1-2, get between the lines in the box. At the moment, he's picking the ball up. When he picks the ball up, this is what he's faced with. Right.
Yeah, he's crowded out.
He's crowded out, and he's got no support up here, and no one here. Guendouzi normally is coming in. I noticed last night Guendouzi and Xhaka were coming forward a lot, but there was gaps. The distances, the gaps off in possession and out of possession are too great. He's got no one to interplay with, and as a result of that, he gets frustrated and he tries the spectacular. And I think we're not getting the best out of him. And if Emery wants to get the best out of him, I think he needs to think about the way we set up and move more to a 4-2-3-1. I think it helps us with creativity. It will get more out of Pepe. So I think in this formation, 4-3-3, if he wants to persist with it, he's got to change the profile of player we've got.
Yeah.
They look at Liverpool. What have Liverpool got in their midfield, Robbie? 3 hard-working midfielders who are intense. They press.
And suppose he's looking at it the same thing, but we ain't got the wing backs.
We haven't got their quality in the wing backs, although Bellerin and Tierney will improve us there. We haven't got the quality there at the moment. Though I have to say Chambers is doing a reasonable job. I thought Chambers was good last night.
Very good. Because
he was on a booking after 9 minutes, and I think they targeted him. David James, who made some really direct runs and looked good for them last night going forward. And I didn't think Rashford looked fit. But apart from James, I didn't think, and I thought McTominay was probably the man of the match. To be fair, he had an excellent game. He missed a great chance with a header. But his goal, that goal we conceded, we switched off.
Did Xhaka duck? See, I'll get you back now, because he was saying that he felt Xhaka ducked, but I just showed him a video on it. What do you think now?
Now it's the deflection, and I think he was done by the deflection.
So all you lot apologise to Xhaka. He didn't duck.
No. Look, I've made it quite clear that I don't think Xhaka should be our captain. I don't think Xhaka should be in the team. That's my view. But he's been made captain and he is in the team. So, but if he's going to be in the team, Robbie, set him up next to Torreira.
Yes.
Put Torreira there next to Xhaka.
That's it. I mean,
instead of playing there, move
Torreira and Xhaka as a two. And then you've got your protecting
and you someone between the lines.
This should really be Özil.
Yeah, Özil,
roaming around and creating.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying that at the moment, Xhaka is. If the spaces are wide, we know he's not very mobile, we know he's not very quick. And I thought last night he struggled to keep the pace of the game. There's an argument that he's not quick enough in the Premier League, he's more suited to a European league, I understand that. He wouldn't be in my team, he wouldn't be my captain. But Emery sees something in him and he's going to keep picking him. So all the Xhaka haters and people who criticise him, you can keep criticising him, he's going to keep playing. And I think we have to... You don't have to agree with it, but that's how it is. But if he's going to play, I'd rather he set him up in a 2, so he's got less space around him to cover, so that his immobility is slightly less because he's got someone next to him. And he can passable, give him that. So, but I think that last night, if he's got this 3 for me, didn't work. We were too passive off the ball, not intense enough, and as a result of that, we didn't create anything, and Man United were just trying to hit us on the counter. And this is a poor Man United team, I have to say it. And also, they're struggling. They only average about a goal a game, is it? They very rarely score more than one. So, and they literally scored a goal, which I was very disappointed when I watched the way we conceded it, because when they break down the right-hand side, we've got 5 players back in our box. So when that ball goes across, and those players switch off, they think it's dead. And it's retrieved and it comes back. It's aimed towards Pogba. Pogba doesn't get it.
Pushes it back.
But nobody comes out, engages quick enough.
Yeah.
Socrates just sort of like throws a leg out and it deflects, and that's what does Xhaka, who was trying to head it maybe. But it was a poor goal to give away. And then second half, I've been sort of like digging out Tottenham as being VAR being their best player this year. And we have to say VAR worked for us last night, didn't it?
VAR.
We got both the calls.
VAR was right last night.
Not on the second one.
No, VAR. I don't know what the second one was.
I'll tell you. Right, first of all, the first incident was, and the Man United fans are all over this, and that is they got a corner. I think it was Lingard played it across. It deflects up off Aubameyang, and then Kolasinac, who I think is slightly distracted by the deflection of Aubameyang, goes to it with his arm, and it hits his arm. It's handball. It's a penalty. I hate to say it is.
I didn't see that.
It is. Watch it.
I remember them appealing. It was right down the other end, but I didn't.
They should have had a pen. Should have had a pen. They checked.
We had one like that as well, where it hit one of their players.
Was it in the box?
Yep.
In the box, yeah.
Okay.
Kicked it straight at the defender.
Okay.
Yeah. We had one.
I'm not so sure about that one, Robbie.
That was nailed on. I saw that one.
Okay.
The VAR got that one wrong. But the one thing that I know that VAR got right was
Aubameyang goal.
Why did VAR even need to be brought into that?
The linesman makes a complete hash of it, doesn't he? And the fact is that when the mistake's made and it's passed inside, Saka does really well, first of all, because he anticipates he sees what the defender's going to do, and he comes across, and his weight of pass for Aubameyang is perfect.
Brilliant.
Now, Maguire is the person playing Aubameyang on, but the linesman sticks his flag back up. Now, the referee, Kevin Friend, learnt from an incident early in the season when he was refereeing a game between Burnley and Aston Villa, I think it was, and he blew his whistle straight away. Now, had he blown his whistle straight away last night, they wouldn't have been able to change it by VAR, but he didn't blow his whistle. He waited, and then he consulted, and we got the right decision. So VAR, we've been very critical of VAR this season. There's certain things about it I don't like, certain things have to change. Yeah. But that got that right, and it saved us last night because it was a perfectly good goal.
But it didn't save us. It got the decision right.
It got the decision right, but had we not had VAR, that would have been ruled out.
In years gone by, we would have been gone 50 unbeaten if we had VAR.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So United, they're known for that. You know what I mean? But
So we got back the equaliser. But what annoyed me about that was then it's almost like we get a goal and then for 10 minutes we were on it. He made the change, didn't he? He brought on Ceballos. Now the thing with the Ceballos change, he took Torreira off. Ceballos offered us more offensively, but we've still a little bit open. We became more open defensively, not because Torreira had gone off and Ceballos come on. I just think that the four-mate, Guendouzi and Xhaka become more less disciplined and they want to roam forward more. And so United had more opportunities on the counter as the game drifted into the final 20 minutes. I thought United looked more likely to score than us towards the end. But what happened was we had that little moment, Saka, who had that chance. I thought he missed it, but it took a deflection off Lindelof and went over the bar. It was he got good contact.
Lindelof got a little block in. And,
So we had a little period of pressure after we equalised, but really an Arsenal team of the past would have gone for that. We had them by the throat and we let them wriggle free again. And then we became passive again and sat back, and they came at us again towards the end. And in the end, we were indebted to Leno, who made a really excellent save from the free kick from Rashford right at the end. And in the end, we come away with a point. But I think it felt like 2 points dropped.
All right, well, listen, I'd like to know from you guys watching the video, do you think it was 2 points dropped, or do you think that we're moaning a bit too much? It was a decent point away at a very tough place in Old Trafford, and it's still early in the season. We take that and we move on. We're in 4th place at the moment. We move on, or I tend to agree with Graham. I think we let them off the hook. They're not a great team at the moment. That was not the usual Man United that I've been up to watch over the years, where you're thinking to yourself, in those times you were like, yeah, a point, cool. But right now, the way I saw them playing last night, I'm like, nah, they're average. We should be disposing of them. So what do you guys reckon? Leave it in the comments below. Hopefully next week I'll be a bit more mobile myself. I feel like some of these footballers at the moment, right? But yeah, listen.
You'd be more mobile on midfield than Xhaka.
We leave it on that. And I don't duck. He didn't duck, by the way.